Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us for our digital update, The News Now. I'm Dawn Baker. I want to remind you that we are streaming this broadcast on our website, our news app, Amazon Fire, Roku, YouTube, Facebook, as well as Twitter. We've been following some big stories for you today, and we're going to get right into it. A fighter jet pilot is lucky to be alive tonight. The pilot ejected just before his plane went down this morning in northern Beaufort County. The Beaufort County Sheriff's Office tells us that he has been cleared of major injuries and is recovering at home. The military plane went down in Luke Barnwell Island in the area of Grays Hill in South Carolina. Several emergency agencies are still helping the Marine Corps investigate why this crash happened. The plane that crashed is an F-35B fighter jet belonging to the 2nd Marine Aircraft Wing. That fighter jet cost the United States government $122 million. Well, back here in Chatham County, the verdict is guilty tonight for Shanika Dunbar in the murder trial. Police say she shot and killed Theron Robbins in 2016. Now, Sean Evans was in the courtroom all week long and brings us the very latest reaction from today.
In closing arguments, Dunbar's attorney recapped the week's testimony for jurors, highlighting information that he says points to his client being justified in shooting Theron Robbins.
Johnny Lovett, who is an eyewitness to this homicide. These people aren't eyewitnesses. I wasn't an eyewitness. You aren't eyewitnesses. But an eyewitness to this homicide, if you believe Johnny Lovett, says at the time my client shot the victim, he had just broke the thing up and he was coming, the victim was coming at my client.
Earlier in the week, we learned that Johnny Lovett drove Theron Robbins and his 10-year-old son to the area of East 33rd and Atlantic. Lovett testified to sell weed to another man. While there, testimony revealed Dunbar passed by and saw Robbins and confronted him.
She stops because she sees the car, sees the victim in the car, right outside the car, relying on recollection. He's trying to ask him, what's going on? Why are you pointing a gun at my sister's head?
Witness testimony revealed Robbins allegedly pointed a gun at Dunbar's sister's head days before his death during an argument. The lead prosecutor made the argument that Dunbar saw her chance for street justice.
She saw her opportunity, she took it. She was just done. She feels like she's doing some kind of community service. It's not how this works.
After the verdict was read, I caught up with Theron Robbins' mother outside the courthouse.
We got first-degree malice murder, first-degree felony murder, and I pray she never get out of life like I never see my son, because I pray every day. I want to hear him, I want to hold him, I want to smell him, I want to touch him, but I can't. But I thank God he's in a better place and he's not suffering.
Dunbar will be sentenced within the next few weeks. Of course, we'll let you know what her sentence is. Happening this weekend, you can help Fort Pulaski by cleaning up the national park. They're still trying to bring the fort back in shape after 2 hurricanes, Matthew and Irma, as well as the tornado that touched down not long ago. The fort was flooded, trees came down, and there was other damage. If you want to help with the cleanup efforts, meet at Fort Pulaski in the morning at 8 a.m. The cleanup will last until around 11:30 a.m. and lunch will be provided around noon for everyone who comes out and helps. I want to remind you that coming up on The News at 11, Danielle Lewan is working on a very disturbing story out of the Low Country. Twin sisters jumped on a school bus and badly beaten. She talked to their mother tonight. You'll want to hear that story. We'll have more news stories for you as well. And it is also Football Friday night, and that means Ken Griner and the End Zone. Let's give you a preview now.
All right, it is week 6 of the high school football season and the End Zone, of course, which is myself and Jake Wallace tonight at 11:30 to 12:05, your only 35-minute show in town. Really interesting night. We've got 4 games involving South Carolina schools and Georgia schools. First one, Hilton Head. They make the trip over the bridge. They're playing out at Pooler at New Hampstead. Also, Richmond Hill traveling into Palmetto State. They will play at Bluffton. Wildcats 1-3 right now, playing a tough schedule though. Okay, and Beaufort's making the trip to Wintersville, better known as Valdosta, Georgia. Calvary Day headed up to the Charleston area to face St. John. So it's really going to be interesting to see how those games play out because most of them will be getting back into region play next week. Groves and Savannah High in Memorial Stadium. That one is two teams still looking for their first win. That's a region game. Jenkins is at Islands. The Warriors are 2-0. And interesting matchups also in single A, as most of those games are in region play. You've got Claxton playing host to Country Day. The Hornets are undefeated at this point. Savannah Christian, they open up on the road at Portal. Bradwell is home in bigger schools to Wayne County. Just a few of the games we'll cover. Trying to get 20 of them for you tonight. That's going to do it. Watch us on the End Zone.
So I'm ready for football. I hope you are. Tune in for the End Zone and WTOC, the news at 11 tonight. Good night, everyone. Have a great weekend.